Speaking of the comment section, the most dangerous section, you mentioned that on TikTok, someone commented, and quote, "Why do you talk black?" Question mark. How did you feel when you saw that? And like, what does it say about the way some people perceive British Asians?
I'd say it's a lot of ignorance. They expect us to sound all posh like James Bond, which is not the case. There's so many different dialects or different ways of speaking when you come to London. And because they also expect Asian people, so Chinese people, to speak a certain way because of the way media's portrayed it. Like you get a lot of these actors portraying, Asian characters in a very comedic way. Suddenly, they look at me a certain way, then they see me speak like, why are you speaking like you're black? Or why are you trying to sound like a roadman? Or you sound like you're uneducated. It's crazy.
And even to North London, guys.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to catch us or catch Asians all, speaking like you see on TV. That's how it is.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Eastern Hunnies. And today, Meta Pod crossover. We've got a bunch of bananas in the building. Welcome, guys. So good to have you in the room and looking forward to whatever conversation we're about to have.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it too.
So let's kick off. Isabel, do the honors.
Kevin Lam and Eric Huynh are the hilarious duo behind Bunch of Bananas, a comedy podcast for no topic is off limits, from the paranormal to personal life stories. As a British-born Chinese-Vietnamese hosts, they've created a one-of-a-kind space to dive into cultural identity, corporate struggles, food debates, and Asian representation in the UK. Since kicking off the podcast, they've had some incredible guests, including filmmaker Sean Wang and comedian Phil Wang. And with their transparent, authentic conversations, have swiftly built a growing, engaged audience. Today, we're chatting about their journey as content creators, how they're amplifying UK Asian voices, and the community they're building around their podcast. Kevin and Eric, aka Bunch of Bananas, aka BOB, welcome to Eastern Hunnies.
Hi guys. Wow, that was nice. Yeah.
That's better than always.
That's a design. Wow, oh my god.
Tell us in your own words, just introduce yourself.
So my name's Kevin. I am a creative manager at a media agency. That's my full-time job. And I host a Bunch of Bananas on the side. My dad's from Hong Kong, my mum's from Vietnam. Well, I was born in London, raised in Blackpool. I don't know if you guys ever been. Shout out Blackpool for sure.
No one's going back.
Somebody's a man for sure.
No one's going back.
So it's good or bad.
There's a but.
Exactly. But yeah, that's my life story.
You don't want to live there though?
No. That's why I'm in London, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why
I can't go back anymore. Except for family.
I'm Eric. I'm the second host of Bunch of Bananas. For what I do outside of podcasting is I'm a lead learning support assistant that works in a mainstream secondary school where I support students with SEN needs, as well as students that don't have SEN needs. I really love helping children. Actually, that's not relevant, is it?
It's relevant.
Oh, fair then. And also, I obviously do a Bunch of Bananas with Kevin, where he pretty much explained it all.
It's a really tough job working in STEM.
You know what? I actually really enjoy it. It allows you to understand the students in a completely different way to if you were to be a teacher. Because I've said, don't get me wrong, there are teachers out there that understand this, some of their students with SEN, but they deal with such a massive class, like maybe 20 to 30 kids. They don't have enough time to kind of learn the underlying, SEN that some of their students may have. And a lot of students will have things like ADHD, but then there's things that, there's even more stronger needs that exist out there that can affect their learning abilities even much more.
And for those who might not know, what's SEM?
Special education needs.
Amazing. Thank you for
clarifying. That's right, nice.
So in terms of starting Bunch of Bananas, what was the moment or conversation that kicked it all off for you?
I know exactly that one. Top 5 Japanese bakeries.
That's a good way. That's actually a good one. Yeah,
this literally, that was the one that kicked off.
Yeah. I'd definitely say, food. I mean, food, it connects everyone, right? So the fact that we were able to have amazing bakeries across London, I think everyone just kind of
gravitated towards
resonating with that content, right?
Especially for Asians, that's like the love language that we've all grown up with our parents. I'm not sure if it was the same for you, but obviously we didn't get hear I love you that much from someone. Like my dad, I feel like I rarely see him say I love you, but he'll be expressed in different ways. Food was the main component that drew us all together.
Actually, off camera, when we had the drinks out, Kevin shared oh, this is more Eric's more Vietnamese than me. He'll know this drink.
Oh yeah, I'll do it. I know. Yeah.
Can you expand on why you said that?
I think with Kevin, because he's more in touch with his Chinese side than Vietnamese side. especially because he can speak Chinese. And in my contrary, I speak Vietnamese more than I speak Chinese. Actually, I don't know.
You guys going to see you?
It is really fascinating sometimes, but when the guests come on, sometimes they feel the need to preface, like, I don't feel like I'm Asian enough. And it's just like, you are Asian enough. And this is why we're having these conversations, is to like delve deep, unpack, and also like share the joys about the spectrum that is being Asian.
So how did you guys become mates and get to a point where you're like, let's actually do this?
So I guess it all started back in uni. We were on both chose the same course, which is graphic design. And predominantly most of the people that were on our course were white. I'm someone that's chatty with everyone. I talk to everyone, but there was no one that I felt I guess a strong connection with. But then Kevin, he just showed up out of nowhere and he instantly made his way to me.
Oh, yeah.
And then we kind of introduced ourselves, found out that we actually have the same birthday as well. And we're both Chinese-Vietnamese, studying the same course. The only difference in terms of our age is we're exactly 1 year apart.
Damn.
So Bunch of Bananas is like all things UK Asian culture.
Yeah.
So did you feel like that there was a space that you wanted to fill? Or did you feel like we just want to talk and get on the mic?
Well, for me, it was the fact that because I grew up in Blackpool, there wasn't a space for Asians. And so I wanted to basically reach out to those Asian people outside of London that didn't have a community and wanted to feel like they're seen. So yeah, just basically like speaking to my younger self, like, you know, there's people out there like yourself.
What was it like growing up in Blackpool then?
Oh, you don't want to know.
No.
No, it's actually not that bad. I actually had a really good group of people around me. I was actually one of the only Chinese students in primary school, high school, and then college was like one or two. But yeah, I never felt like I fit in. But luckily I had a really big family, so like all my cousins, you know, if talking about stuff, whatever it would be, I could just, you know, confide in them.
Kevin grew up obviously with less Asians around him. I grew up in North London, but I also actually wasn't surrounded by that many kind of East or Southeast Asians. Even going to school, I grew up with more, you know, different ethnicities, different friends of different ethnicities. It was only when I got to uni where we actually started to gravitate towards that crowd, and it just felt way more comfortable. 100%. Like in terms of just the same kind of similar upbringings, similar culture, it was just easier to kind of understand each other.
Yeah. And you don't know what you're missing until you get to that space and you're like, oh, I can actually chill and be myself.
Yeah.
Bunch of Bananas, is that a play on like the banana Asian joke, like yellow on the...
Yeah, 100%.
Expand, please.
So obviously, we were both born in London, but we're not exactly the most in touch with our Asian side. In fact, I'd say I'm more whitewashed, if anything. And the whole start of Bunch of Bananas was a good thing for us as well to kind of learn a bit more about our Asian side, more about Asian culture and all things Asian.
Yeah.
So the whole joke is we're yellow on the outside, which is the whole, you know, kind of racial sort of thing about Asians being yellow and white on the inside, because even though, you know, we look a certain way, we're more white.
Yeah.
Can you unpack what you mean being whitewashed?
So in terms of being whitewashed, it just means that we don't know that much about Asian. It's about Asians, you know, Asian culture or anything Asian really.
Because with third and culture kids as well, I feel like Asian Americans, whatever, we all share like this unique perspective, you know? And it's like, we're growing up like not considered Asians when you go back to especially back to your home countries. And like you're in this weird space when you go back and where's home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
the in between.
Is that the in between?
But the thing is, like, that's okay. And that's us occupying this third space where we have to code switch and culture switch and do all these things. It was like required for our survival growing up. And it's fine.
Yeah.
There's space to learn.
Exactly.
Having conversations with your Asian community about like, you know, really serious topics like racism, identity, culture clashes. Do you think that has helped you in your own journey of identity and reclaiming your Asianness?
100%.
Yeah.
Even though we have an audience and they say things like, oh, you know, they're learning so much from it, we're actually learning equally as much as them. Everyone we've had come on, the amount of stories they told us, their experiences. Yeah, us sitting there talking to them has allowed us to kind of get insight into what they've experienced and then kind of relate sometimes as well. Like, oh, that's happened to us. Like there'll be moments where we all click back. You know, you'll see, for example, you know, we had Mr. Leon recently and he was just talking about some of his past experiences. Yeah, exactly. And then we sit there and I'm just like, he's talking about his story and then we both jump on, yeah, that's happened to us.
Yeah.
It's as much educational for our audience as it is for us. And I love that part about doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something you expected to just be like learning? And is that something you thought about when you started?
100%. It's like everyone has their own unique perspective, right? So you're always going to learn something new. It's just like a shared experience. And to share that with our audience and to see them comment and just trying to like connect with us as well. It's amazing. It is. And then people come up to us as well, like on the street, where like, you guys are doing an amazing job, or like, you know, highlighting this culture, It's really heartwarming for sure.
Your fans go hard for you. Like,
You think?
yeah.
That's that here. Why'd you say that though?
Because you foster such open, authentic conversation and you're so honest, it makes people feel like they know you and are free to be super vulnerable in your comments. Like, they're talking about really shit. Everyone's like talking about, you know, you have a reel where it's like C word.
Oh yeah.
Everyone had their stories. Some of them are like really
It's
tough to read.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy. We had a guest on. We had our friend come on.
Emily Gobble.
Yeah, we had our friend Emily come on, and she runs a page called Gobble and Sip. So we brought her on to talk about kind of unpacking her identity. I'm talking about Asian culture, and she told us her experience of being brought up and raised up north. Not sure. Is that not sure where?
University, somewhere in like Birmingham or whatever.
Yeah.
And then her friends and uni was like, oh, do you guys want to get a chinky? Which is
It was apparently a shortened way. Or it's basically it was
hearing up for the first time.
Yeah, we were just reacting.
And one of you was like, it has the exact same number of syllables as
Like there's no.
It's because the reason why I said that is because like I said, while she was telling us the story, I was just like, we were both reacting like, wow, they really call a Chinese takeaway up north a chinky, which is 2 syllables, right? Somebody was saying, oh, it's a shorter way of saying getting a Chinese. I was like, Chinese and chinky are the same syllables. It's 2. So yeah, exactly. Make it make sense. It's just it's not like it's taking up a big part of your time just to say I'm getting a Chinese.
Yeah. And then the defensiveness.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
The people that you're basically using that term, we know more about. We know that it's, you know, it's derogatory towards us. And we're kind of advising that we don't like that term being used, or it's got a negative context behind it, right? You're telling us you're going to continue doing it anyway.
Racism.
Yeah. Can you talk about that? Like, how do you feel these comments?
We just let them go. Look, do you know what I mean? Like,
if we were bandits, we have to restrict certain words.
Really?
The reason why we let it go is because there's certain people you just can't get through to.
Yeah.
We're telling you that it's wrong. If you're not going to take that on board and you're going to continue being defensive and you're going to be argumentative towards us and say, look, you know, it's not supposed to be a slur, you're a snowflake, get over it. Or that's literally what they're calling us. They're calling us snowflakes.
Yeah, Gen Z.
He's like, to so many times.
To be fair, we were just reacting. I don't know why. They'll get onto our case so hard. They were like, oh yeah, stop being snowflakes. Oh, it's a short way of saying.
Asian people saying that.
Some people, okay, there was a few Asians that would be like, oh, it's not that bad. But it's really like kind of like undermining it. That's for you. Maybe it's not that bad for you, but for a lot of us, it's derogatory. And if you let it slide now, then when's it going to stop?
Speaking of the comment section, the most dangerous section.
Yeah.
We recently did a panel at Soho House as a little group.
Yeah. Our first meeting.
You guys did really well at that, by the way.
You did too.
Even our parents were like, they were great.
And you mentioned that on TikTok, someone commented, and quote, "Why do you talk black?" Question mark. How did you feel when you saw that? And like, what does it say about the way some people perceive British Asians?
I'd say it's a lot of ignorance. I think the people that make these comments are people that they've never been to London and they're very ignorant and they've kind of just, they're too intermediate. Like this portrayal of people that are British. They expect us to sound all posh like James Bond, which is not the case. There's so many different dialects or different ways of speaking when you come to London. And because they also expect Asian people, so Chinese people, to speak a certain way because of the way media's portrayed it. And you get a lot of these actors portraying, Asian characters in a very comedic way, making like, making very kind of exaggerated sounds. And it basically portrays us as clowns. And that's what they expect from it, expect us to sound like, or something as close to that as possible, which we don't. Suddenly, they look at me a certain way, then they see me speak like, why are you speaking like you're black? Or why are you trying to sound like a roadman? Or you sound like you're uneducated. It's crazy.
Have you been to North London, guys?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, always have to educate them. Like, look, this is one of many. If you come to London, there's so many different ways of speaking. You're not going to catch us or catch Asians all, speaking like the people you see on TV. That's how it is.
Exactly. Like, I think that just goes to show like how Asians in the UK is not seen. It's mainly Asian Americans, like British Asians. We're literally invisible.
Yeah. Another guest we had was like saying the writers of Top Boy initially was going to make one of the leads Chinese-Vietnamese.
They should make me cast me for that role.
Yeah.
Apparently I sound like Jamie.
And then the BBC last minute was like, nah, and switched.
Really? Like, I didn't know that was...
They were like in the paint with the writer. But it's like how profoundly monumental that would have been to establish Asians in this world. Like in
for sure.
London, in the UK.
Have you guys watched Top Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how is there no Asians in?
Yeah, and
in London.
In London.
Like,
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, have you been to those areas?
Yeah.
Or like whatever it is? Like,
but it comes back to the point like Asians are still comedic relief.
Yeah.
Or like disposable bodies or
an accountant, or like when we are portrayed in British media, I feel like we're always like studious or like smart, and we always talk in a certain way.
Yeah, it's like nerd or yakuza.
Yeah, we tell you
number one, or
there's very limited roles we can play. And don't get me wrong, even though like, there are...
It's getting better now.
Yeah, it's getting better now. And I do kind of understand why certain actors back in the day had to play these comedic roles, because that was the only way for them to get their foot in the door.
Sure.
Which I understand. But I think we're reaching a point now where you don't actually have to do that all the time. That's not the only way for you to do it.
People coming out of their shell, people going into creative industries, Asian people going into Asian industries for sure as well. So that definitely helps.
So speaking on balut, can you share with us that gorgeous story that you shared off?
So my family always has this thing where they basically try to get you to do things. For example, if they want something to go their way, they'll come up with some type of superstition behind why you should do it. And I remember going out with my uncle one time in Vietnam, because I love balut. I love it. Like, I don't care if there's other people that ate it. I love it. So we went out to eat it, and I remember, finishing like a load of shells, a load of balut. So I had about 4.
Wow.
I clear it. The only thing that's left is the shell.
Do you have vinegar with it?
I'll dip it. There's different things, but I usually just have quite simple. You drink the juice like a soup. Probably the best broth you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah.
I call it a broth, man. It's so good. It's so flavorful. It's a natural broth.
I would say so.
I don't say it like that.
Yeah.
It's a natural broth. Yeah, so I'll drink that, slurp it all down, like I'm just drinking, like I'm drinking like a nice broth. Moving forward a bit, there's just 4 shells just sitting on the table, fully in their full form. They're not cracked, broken, or anything, right? My uncle turns to me and he's like, you need to like crush the shells. I was like, why? Like, I'm still a kid. He's like, if you don't do that, in your next life, you're going to be trapped in the shell.
Whoa, okay, Ghost in the Shell.
Now that I'm thinking back to that, right, I was like, where would that superstition even come from? Is that an actual one like in Vietnam, or is that just one you've come up with? But this is just one of many. Like there's other ones where I've been told by a family member. I don't remember which one. Back in the day, like, you need to eat the fish eyes because it will help with your eyesight.
Carrot.
My grandma told me to do that as well, but she said it was good luck.
Good luck. See, this is how you know they're making it up.
They are 100% making it up, yeah.
I was squeezing past Isabel on the staircase and you were like, no, you can't cross me and I was like, I literally can't handle another superstition. I think it creates so much anxiety as a child. My mum was like, you can't put new shoes on the table. You can't give someone a bag without a pound coin in it. You can't.
Who puts shoes on the table? I don't get.
No, it's like new shoes.
Oh,
really bad luck, like a box of new shoes.
Okay, yeah.
But even off camera, you were saying about pinching the nose.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because my family has flat noses. I'll be really.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, so I was told, specifically my mum, who's very superstitious, and then she was just like, oh, yeah, what's it called? You need to pinch the bridge of your nose frequently and quite hard, like for you to get like a nice nose bridge.
Just a nose.
Yeah, exactly, like a narrower nose over time. I've done that for a long part of my early childhood. I don't think it helped.
Nah, now you just got a red nose.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, because you are friends first and co-host second.
I think you got that the wrong way around.
What is the dynamic like? Does it get tricky? And have you ever disagreed on something big?
Oh, a lot. A lot.
If so, how do you handle creative differences without it getting awkward?
It's actually, you know what? We've been friends for so long. It's been about, 8 years now?
Too long.
And I'll be real with you. We'll have a lot of arguments. And it's the same thing on the podcast. We have lots of arguments, small ones, big ones. For some bizarre reason, it's like you're in a relationship. It just
Love hate relationship.
Yeah, it just fades.
It's always love though. It's always love.
It's always love first.
Okay.
But small example is me always being late. We had arguments about that. I came late. I was quite late to a meeting. I don't know what the plan was that day, but we met up and I was late. He was really annoyed at me. But because he got annoyed at me, I got annoyed at him. So we just didn't talk for the entire journey to the location.
Old married couple.
Yeah,
it is.
It was so funny because I deep it down. I'm just like, I had no reason to be angry. He had every reason. I was genuinely 20 minutes late.
Do you talk about it afterwards then?
We laugh about it.
Yeah.
You laugh?
No, we do talk about it. But the argument ever last like more than a day.
I feel like we relate because we're like required to do couples therapy all the time because you're working together all the time and holding space for other people. And also our conversations with other people on the pod get really emotional. Right. So it's like, if we're not good, then it can't function for like everyone else. Exactly. So it's like, we just have to like squash the beef, or like if something happens, we just like address it straight away so resentment can't build.
No, that's very different to what we do.
No,
exactly. Our one is because we're kind of known for our beef, we just let it carry on.
You just beef each other.
Yeah. So a lot of
this is literally in the middle, and we're just like,
we'll be beefing. That's it. So a lot of our audience that do follow us, they know that me and Kevin bicker a lot, and they actually kind of like that. They like kind of how natural we're with it, and we're just.
Sometimes we are very playful with it as well. We are intentional with the bickering sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we play out, but a lot of it is just kind of, I'd be surprised that he's got a certain opinion I'm just like, what? Like, for example, like if we do a top 5, for example, and he puts up 5 dishes or 5 restaurants that he likes, and just like, really? I was like, how is this one better than that one? Or blah, blah, blah. If it's deeper, like there's something that's like really, really deep, like we genuinely had something that's,
like steering Bunch of Bananas, like both our hands are on the wheels.
Yeah.
Like we're going left, really far left and really far right. It's just never ever, but we always end up at the destination where it's like literally just sway left and right all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's funny though.
Do you think, this is just my perception, like, like men use laughter as like a coping mechanism?
100%.
No, we talk about it seriously though.
No, seriously on that level.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, also I do agree with that. I do that as well sometimes. I do, for example, even when I'm nervous, I mask it by talking more. That's kind of it. Like a lot of it is kind of like me putting on a show. Like even, like I said, like I'm actually someone who's I'm an overthinker, for example. I'm very kind of self-conscious about how people see me. And then other people they've spoken to me. They're like, I think you're like a very confident person, or you're so confident, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, not really. It looks that way though, because I'm talking so much. But that's just me kind of masking it.
Were you a shy child?
No, this has been new in my life, by the way.
Shy
child.
Were you?
Me? No.
You're 100% right about this whole thing that why we're good at, like, even back in, I've spoken about this before on the podcast, but yeah, I went to a boys' school where I was going to know nobody, because everyone from my primary school, everyone from my primary school was going to the same secondary school, whereas my mom decided to send me to a boys' school because she didn't want me to get distracted by girls. So I went there, and obviously I felt like, this is a boys' school. Like, what am I going to do? Someone's going to try to bully me, or they're going to try to start something on me, or they're going to be racist. So what do I do? So I gravitated towards that character where, okay, cool, I'll make racial slurs or make racial jokes about myself to fit in. Because then if they make it towards me, I'm not going to be affected because I've already done that joke. It shows to them, it says, oh, this guy's secure with making those jokes.
I'm unbothered.
Do you know what I mean? I'm unbothered. Yeah. But the truth is, the reason why I did that is because I wanted to avoid all this other stuff that could have came about if I didn't do it.
So you can't hurt me because I already...
Yeah. Like if other people make like racial jokes towards me, then cool, I'll laugh with them. But why did I have to do that?
Did you grow up with those racial jokes?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's because back then, Asian racism was always normalized.
Yeah.
And it's always seen as, it wasn't as big as if you will make a joke about another ethnicity. If you made like a racial joke about another ethnicity, it would be a whole thing. But Asian jokes, it always went under the radar. If you made it, you're expected to laugh. And that's what I did back in the day, which I don't kind of want to encourage with, obviously, I don't feel like you have to. you don't have to, but I still kind of do it now. I can't lie to you. I still kind of do it now, but that's just because that's the way I've been brought up, and it's kind of stuck with me. But it's allowed me to make jokes with my friends as well, like racial jokes towards my friends. That we'll do like these little back and forth where with us it's fine.
It's a guy dynamic though.
It's a guy dynamic, but with other people you can't do it.
Banter.
Yeah, it's like
Edgy banter.
Yeah. Banter that only works with...
Can't do it to anyone.
Yeah, I say.
In a safe space.
Yeah, in a safe space.
Yeah, any random person, and yeah, we'll definitely be sparked. 100%. Out cold, on the ground, waking up, it's been half a year. It's very different. Like, there's people out there, they'll make an Asian joke, for example. Right? And then if you make a joke back at them, they will get offended. That's not how it should be. If you're gonna make it, and you're gonna give these jokes, you're gonna put out these jokes, you should be able to take it.
What's the line though? Because there's someone calling a Chinese takeaway chinky. And then what's the line that you're walking when you're making jokes?
For me, it's always been intent.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's if you're directing something with the intention to hurt someone, you're making an Asian joke with the intention to rile up our emotions or try to get a negative response out of us. That's where I draw the line. But if you're making it, you're trying to be banterful, and then if I give it, you take it, we laugh about it. That's for me, it's fine. What are you?
I mean, I don't really make those jokes anymore, really. Yeah, ever since coming to London, I've hardly had to ever try to like fit in, because you can be whoever you want in London, right? And you can do what you want, and no one really cares.
Yeah,
That's what I love about London.
Yeah, they just mind their business.
Yeah, you mind your own business. So I never
Actually, not exactly though. They just don't say anything.
Yeah.
They just don't say anything.
You're right.
But you get those odd glares. They're like, what the heck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
What's the biggest shift that you had then, being the only Asian in the village in Blackpool, if I'm into London?
Oh man, just the fact that there was such a diverse group of people around, like trying to navigate that in such a multicultural world. Like it's such a like everyone so unique and different, and there's so much going on. From a small town to like a big city. It's hard to navigate that, especially coming from a small town. So
yeah, where there's only one Chinese takeaway now with much more.
Exactly. But that's why I gravitate to Eric, because it's that familiarity, right? So
yeah,
I'm not with him. Yeah,
And my friends, we were talking when we were in a job together, and he is mixed race, black and white from up north, and he said that when he moved to London, he almost felt like he wasn't like multicultural enough or like black enough, because in London it's so multicultural, whereas up north it's perhaps less so. So that is really interesting. Sometimes, honestly, like I feel really blessed and grateful that I have an Asian community and friendship group now. Sometimes I'm like, I live in my echo chamber, and like when I'm like there'll be a weekend and I'll be like, I didn't spend any time with like a white person this whole weekend.
What do you feel bad about it?
No, it's just really interesting.
My whole friend, I think our whole friend group is just Asians. The whole
whoa, wait a second, we've got one black guy there.
Yeah, Asian by association. He's a black guy. But there's always that one black guy. I got that.
That's right.
Asian by association. Always one. But Bunch of Bananas, is we have our friendship group. We started a group chat called Bunch of Bananas, and that's the original.
Yeah.
Bunch of Bananas.
Yeah.
What's good? Bunch of Bananas. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Born for what's the Eastern Hunnies? So group chat.
Oh yeah.
Girlies.
That's Bunch of Bananas. Because I started with a previous co-host, Tommy. So yeah, we literally started on the couch. Any podcast starts, you just talk. Yeah. It's like, we just started naturally talking about, upbringings, our culture, family, parents and stuff. And yeah, Eric came as a regular regular guest. And yeah, it just kind of just formed now.
Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't really confident about coming on, to be fair.
He didn't see the...
Don't
see the vision.
Nah, I didn't. Yeah. Do you know what?
Now the class got to his head.
Nah, whoa. Don't do that. Let me defend myself. This is what happened. He started it, like Kevin said, he started it with our friend Tommy back in the day on the couch. I know that he was like, Kevin asked me, like, do you want to hop on and join us and be like another co-host as well? And I was like, the location's a bit mad. I was like, I have to trek an hour and a bit to get to this location. I was like, also, he was right, actually. I didn't really see where it was going to go. So I was like, you know what, I'll come on as I'll come on as a guest. So I was like a regular guest, I'll come on, we'll have these like fun banterful moments. And again, I still wouldn't see it going anywhere because it's just three idiots talking, right? There's just three idiots talking. Literally. It still is.
No, not two idiots.
Yeah, that's two. Right. That's two. It's two idiots talking with a guest.
Yeah.
And still being idiots.
Yeah. Somehow managed to create.
Oh no. Yeah, exactly. That's it. No, it's two idiots, a guest with a platform.
Yeah.
that's how it's basically worked out. Sometimes we sit there and we're like, why do people listen to us?
Yeah.
I don't even watch our full podcast.
So actually, a question. Do you think, so you both have day jobs.
Yeah.
Do you foresee Bunch of Bananas being like a full-time job?
I would love to. I would love for it to happen just because I've always wanted to create something for myself and work for myself. Will it ever happen? Possibly, could be, but I'm very happy to where I am right now. I can, progress professionally, but also being able to still do my own thing on the side. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to what happened this year. Like just where it takes us. There's no pressure as well. Having a full-time job, being able to, have that full-time job to sustain my life, to pay the bills, all that kind of stuff, and also work on a passion project. That's the best thing, right? And there's no pressures.
Yeah, that's really important to note because so many people think you have to just give everything to the creative struggle and like be in this mindset where there's nothing else but that. But having a 9-to-5 is actually so healthy and so good for helping like ramp up something on the side while you're not.
Things take time.
It's extra insight.
Yeah.
And you have to do it in London, man. You can't, I think at this point, if you want to make money, you need to do more in London.
I think London opens a lot of opportunity for sure.
I found that when I was working a 9-to-5 and then doing my stuff on the side, I was just so burnt out all the time.
No, but for us, because we have two of us doing one platform, we share the responsibilities. If I was to do by myself, oh yeah. I mean, it's in general, like if you were to be an influencer or whatever, doing by yourself, everything by yourself, I couldn't.
And I think when you do it with your friend, or someone you get along with, it just makes it more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You're just a friend.
So with balut, do you remember when there was like this big YouTube challenge that was like balut? Was it a really big thing?
Really?
I don't even know about
We
it.
always wanted to do it.
So
we able to get it.
there was this era on YouTube where all these Westerners were like, we're going to try balut. And then it had people be like, like Rachel be like, that's disgusting, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess it's valid if you're not used to that sort of thing. But what are your thoughts on when people are like, chicken feet, like,
You don't need to give such a reaction.
No, 100%.
Why are you eating it to begin with if you're going to give such a negative reaction? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is our culture's food, right? And you're trying it. At least be respectful when trying it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't like it, cool. Don't have to make, but clearly the way they're doing it is they wanted the sensitivity actually.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think there was another one quite similar to that. You remember the whole, the Chinese takeaways in London versus the ones in America?
When American were like reviewing Chinese takeaways in the UK. Yeah. That's how is this not Chinese food?
It's quite similar to that. They were basically just kind of grinning and berating our Chinese food.
Saying it's not Chinese.
Yeah, saying it's not Chinese food. Basically, undermining our Chinese food because it's not what they're used to. And that's quite similar to the whole balut situation. Because it's not something you're used to, you're giving our stuff a negative context. Which you shouldn't be doing. It's not respectful.
It's also harmful.
Do you know what I mean? It's harmful.
That's true, because in every single like American movie, someone's bringing out a white box with red Asian font and being like, "Oh my god, egg rolls!" I'm like, "What's an egg roll?" Like asking.
It's the chicken feet.
Do you know what I mean? And also, I love chicken feet.
I love chicken.
Do you know what I mean?
If you don't like it,
I guess like you and we grew up in the golden age of YouTube, I guess.
Yeah.
The Asian content creators I used to watch growing up on YouTube, like Keb Jumper, Nika Higa.
For me, it was David So,
JK News, Timothydelaghetto.
Yeah, One Food Doctor.
Yeah, I loved him.
He's still going. He's
still going, by the way. He's
with the family. He
actually commented on our video. He commented on our videos. Yeah, so
Get him on the phone.
Jacob, if we can. But yeah, he
we have to go over there. We have to go back.
Fly.
Yeah, but nah, we can't fly him out. He's richer than us. He should fly us.
Let's pull together our resources and fly him out selectively.
No, honestly, I love Tim. The reason why I love him is because he's so secure about himself. If you saw him on Wild and Out, for example, it's even after his time.
He smashed it.
He made Asians look good. His comedy, the way he carried himself, the jokes he made. This guy, I feel like no matter how short, he can walk into a room and he looks like he's
presence in it.
He's got so much presence.
Super grounded.
Yeah.
He also got a lot of shit for being called Delaghetto.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never knew.
Like a lot of like, you're appropriating, X, Y, Z. So
no, he's honestly, he's tired. I didn't even know he was tired.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. And then obviously JK News, everyone, I think all of us grew up watching it.
What?
Who did you?
Yeah, no, JK News I watch religiously. I also watch Chani, Wong Fu Productions.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah, so watch all their shorts. They were really, really good. How many gals? Yeah.
I really love Michelle Phan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like her makeup vids. There was
And who was like Dope 2611 or whatever, who used to do transformation.
You know what you saw with Bubbles? Is it Bubbles from the UK?
Oh, thank you.
No, yeah.
Oh.
That boss.
Yeah, sure. Her and the man broke up now.
Wait.
Wait.
TMZ.
I was like, oh, I know.
Now that the short king era is upon us, how do you feel about that, guys?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you're single, so I don't know the game out there anymore. So.
That's it.
Slide in.
I bet.
Okay, look, he's
smiling. No, I'm standing for the camera. I'm smiling for the camera. Obviously, we're short.
No, but people are getting taller, no? I can't lie. Like, kids nowadays, like,
so
sport.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's how it's set.
also because it looks that way because they're wearing massive shoes.
Maybe. I don't even know. Like, let's say you don't know what they're eating. I don't even know what they eat anymore.
I've seen some of the people I hang out with made the massivest boots.
You're wrong.
Are you in the online dating trenches right now?
Huh? I've stopped that because surprisingly, so I'll be real. I was on Hinge, and people pop up to me and they're like, "I swear I know you." What are you trying to say? No, you can't. What are you gonna say? No, let's do that. I don't know what you're gonna say. I don't know what you're gonna say.
When I'm on ChatGPT, yeah, for some reason I've seen like these things where it's like, can you reply to this prompt?
No, that's fine.
A Hinge prompt.
Wait.
Make it funny.
No.
Make it witty. No. You use bunch of bananas. I don't know why you use bunch of bananas for that. Bunch of bananas says you ChatGPT. You should use your own personal one at least.
Is there a difference in like how people are receiving you then versus now?
I think now it's just a lot of, like I said, on Hinge or whatever, a lot of people recognize me from Bunch of Bananas. I wouldn't know why they'd be messaging me. Like, would it be because they just wanted to point out that I've seen you? Or is it then using that as a way to talk to me? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like when you see a celebrity or something. Oh,
you're a celebrity.
No. Don't do that. No. Don't give an example. Like, you know, when you see like someone.
It's visible.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You want to point it out. It's like, that's what they want to do. Then I feel like there's no reason for.
And London's small.
Do you know what I mean? There's no like.
I think you meant just.
Yeah. Stop.
It's funny.
It's like, it's not like they're attracted. I feel like they're just pointing out that I've seen you. That's what I think like it is.
Speaking to some of my guy friends on apps, they're like doing the most behind the scenes. Like they'll Google reverse image search, see their whole LinkedIn's, Instas, YouTube, and like
Look at the LinkedIn post is crazy, by the way.
It's crazy.
Well, I'm already happy that Asian men and short kings have had a resurgence. It's about damn time.
I think with Asians, a lot of it has been because Asians now being perpetuated in a very good light, especially with K-dramas, with K-pop idols and whatnot.
Yep.
But then it also has its downfalls as well because
perception of it.
Yep. That's my belly. Yeah,
belly is great.
Yeah.
No, this is the perception of Asian men as well, that they have these preconceptions of what an Asian male is. And it's like, that's not us. And especially Asian Americans as well. Like British Asians.
I think Physical 100 was probably the best in terms of giving different images of people.
Yeah, even me fair,
Yeah.
Crazy.
I feel like it did a lot of good than, because obviously with K-pop and K-dramas, they've created a certain image of what Asian men look like.
Yeah.
And that's, do you know what I mean?
Justified.
Whereas Physical 100 has got loads of different different types of bodies and different types of good looking people.
Yeah.
Which opens it up a bit more. Like, there is a lot of good looking Asians, but they don't have to look like a K-pop idol or someone from an actor from K-dramas.
But it's quite weird how the beauty standards differ so much
From the West.
versus here. Yeah,
so much.
Completely different.
Yeah.
I think as Southeast Asians who are naturally darker, it's growing up, it was always the kawaii, pale skin, like schoolgirl Sailor Moon vibes.
Yeah.
That boys were like, oh my God, Asians, they're so cute. But we were like, we're flip-flop Asian. So,
What's flip-flop Asian?
Yeah.
flip-flop Asian is like jungle Asian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just something, another layer yet to unpack.
For the most important question of all, top 5 Asian sources?
Wow. From me off.
That's wait, give me a second. Give me a minute. Give me 5. Give me 10. I don't know.
Condiment.
Okay, 5th place, sesame sauce. Sesame paste, sesame
Sesame. What?
paste, sesame.
You mean oil?
No, sesame.
Sesame paste.
Yeah, have you not tried?
I've not tried that.
And salads and stuff. It's right, but no.
I've never had sesame paste.
Well, like sesame, yeah, sesame sauce is really, really good. Really good. Fourth place, soy sauce.
What?
Wow.
It's off.
That's
Yeah.
like number one.
You think it's number one?
I don't know about that.
The mother.
Don't know about that.
Mother sauce.
It is a mother sauce. But
Oh, for the culture, it has to be first.
really?
For the culture, yeah.
Yeah, for the culture. You can't get tired of soy sauce. Soy sauce, and you can put in a lot of different things. I could chuck it on my eggs.
It's madness. You do yourself though. All right, third place is chili oil. Can I use chili oil?
Yeah.
Yeah, chili oil. Chili oil's third place.
One.
Put this 2 minutes.
Crispy. I just like crispy, the standard crispy chili.
Yeah.
I'll do this.
Yeah, I love that one. And then second will have to be like QP. QP second.
Right.
But I mix it in with like lemon and lime juice.
Same.
And then first place would have to go to like, yeah, it has to be like Maggie liquid seasoning light.
Wow, you really love, you wipe like
Maggie's.
spots to them.
Honestly, like that is just cocaine in a bottle.
She snaked me because I'm struggling right now. I'm so.
Oh, you know, what do you? Oh, fish sauce. Oh no!
Ah, yours done.
my god!
Wait, your list is done. Okay. All right, that's good. That's good.
There's so much. I've missed so much.
You miss sriracha as well.
Nah, sriracha. I don't even know which is the original sriracha. Do you know which is the original sriracha?
Flying goose, guys. It's the one with the little phoenix on it. Oh wait, it's a goose. It's a goose. It's a goose. Makes no sense. Right, in fifth place, because I love eating it with all my vegetables, it's going to be oyster sauce. The reason it's fifth is because you can't eat with everything. It only works for selective things. Like it's usually the vegetables like pak choy or, what's that Chinese broccoli called?
Choy sum.
Yeah, choy sum, right? Fourth place, sriracha. Flying goose.
That's
Like
good.
Phoenix.
Yeah, because that's the main one I use.
Sriracha's not up there, man.
You think so?
It's not up there.
I'll chuck that on my phone, change the whole flavor.
Yeah, that's a violation. You're not
If I want to change the flavor, I don't.
No, that's
I like my phone fully natural, but I'm just saying the example is an example.
Number 3.
Number 3 would have to be. Supposed to get a bit of there.
yes. Hurry up, man.
Number 3, fish sauce.
Okay.
Fish sauce, and it has to be in top 3.
It's such a unique profile, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a very unique.
So
That's why not everyone's eating.
no, honestly, it's like that.
Yeah, but it's so good. It's so good. It's just so good. All right, you know what? Number 2. Sorry, I'm struggling. I'm gonna go. I have to be. It's gonna be chili oil.
What's number 1?
That's easy. Soy sauce. You could eat that with anything. Like I said, it's just light. It's easy.
Mother sauce.
Light.
Thank you for sharing your love letter to Asian condiment. Now we're going to wrap things up by asking the question that we ask all the guests at the end of the show. If you were to write a love letter to diaspora, what would you say?
It's okay to be yourself. You don't need to always be the comedic character in the room. If people like you, they'll like you for you. And if they don't like you, well, they never deserve to be in your life in the first place.
Yeah.
Her.
That's a beautiful one.
I was thinking about your younger self.
My youngest, me? Or
Yeah,
you?
I'm directing that towards you. You don't have to.
Me?
Yeah, you don't have to be a character, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's quite sweet.
you see that?
What would I say to? What would I say? I say, yeah, don't ever feel like you don't belong anywhere, like in a certain space. Yeah, don't ever feel ashamed of where your upbringing, where you come from, where you live.
Good old.
We live in a world now where we can find community anywhere, especially online too. And if you ever feel like you don't fit, just move, and just go find somewhere else. Honestly, like
what he did.
Well, that's what I did. Honestly,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's what I'd say.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on Easter.
Thank you for having us.
so much.
It's been amazing.
Pleasure. Like, you are also an inspiration for us. We see all the hard work you put in. It is not easy, the podcast craft. What we see online is obviously like the tip of the iceberg, and there's a ton of hard work, editing, like emotional labor involved, like organizing guests, all the stuff. So like, we see you and we know how hard it is. So well done. Flowers of congrats, and just want to give you your flowers and as well.
And
Say
also,
to you too.
oh, thank you.
You know, obviously, like the fact is we're all in the same space of kind of uplifting Asians, and I think the fact anyone doing that type of work deserves recognition for that, for sure. So yes, back to you.
And I just want to add also thank you for being so open and honest and vulnerable at this space. Like, it's not easy to talk about your experiences as an Asian man, as a short king, being on Hinge. So it's just really, it's, again, refreshing and conversations that need to be had and shared. So
You're a snake, buddy. Need to log out. Need to log out of that chat.
I don't know why. When I saw it, I was baffled, bro. I was like, Hey Sam, look at this real quick. It was so funny. It just like literally it just kept going. You just kept going for one prompt. I was like, wow, the amount of effort. The amount of effort. I was like,
Tough out there.
oh, it is. I bet.
Plug yourselves quickly. Let people know where to find you, your ads, your websites, all your things.
Yeah. So you can find us at Bunch of Bananas Pod on Instagram, TikTok. We also have a YouTube and Spotify at Bunch of Bananas as well. So yeah, go check us out.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching the pod crossover. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, drop a comment, slide them a DMs, etc. Please. Slide his DMs. He is single, ready to mingle.
Yeah, that's good.
So do your best, do your worst. And we appreciate each and every view, stream, like, share. It really helps the channels grow. Go check out Bunch of Bananas. They are great. And we'll catch you in the next episode.
We'll catch you on the next episode, and please don't deep fake us.
Yes,
Thank you so
don't.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.